Also, I don't know how much longer Cathy has her job. Regardless of if you think the things that Cathy said are okay or not, in any business, have you ever seen someone be under fire so much as Cathy is and just keep their job? There's no way. It's also the timing just, I guess, couldn't be better or worse, however you want.
The WNBA just got hit with a wake-up call that feels more like an earthquake. Reports say Commissioner Cathy Engelbert is in full-blown panic after Caitlin Clark dropped a subtle hint that she might, leave basketball for the LPGA. Imagine that, the league's golden ticket, trading her jump shot for a golf swing. That's the kind of nightmare that keeps Cathy up at night. But here's the question, could this rumor actually be true? Or is it just the league's biggest fear finally catching up to them?
That she makes off the court. If Cathy truly feels that Caitlin should be grateful for her and grateful for the WNBA, for her off-season league money, which, by the way, Caitlin had a lot of endorsement deals before she even came to the WNBA. If that is how she feels about Caitlin and it's not the reverse, not Cathy being grateful for Caitlin, that is...
So, let's start with the meltdown currently brewing inside WNBA headquarters. Apparently, everyone's walking on eggshells, and Cathy Engelbert is leading the nervous parade. Why? Because Caitlin Clark, the player who single-handedly revived WNBA ticket sales, viewership, and mainstream relevance, is now being linked to the LPGA. Yes, golf. The sport no one expected her to touch just became the league's biggest headache.
I'll say hi and introduce myself. I play out here on tour. I'm Maria. Thank you for being out here. It's very cool what you're doing for sports, kicking ass on and off the field. But now,
and here's the Caitlin Clark effect, Morgan, with Maria Fossey and other players out here following.
That's good. A lot of fun. Made it easy. Annika, could I steal you for a second? I didn't think I'll have like bigger... I can't say bad stuff on TV, but badasses at once together. We're doing a fun, like, quickie. On that side. There we go. Yeah. I'm next. Yes. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Hi,
Allie Ewing. Nice to meet you. I said it, the buzz from the players.
Over here, so. I'm distracting you.
For weeks.
No, y'all are trying to get finished.
Has been huge.
Somebody take this picture.
By the way, Allie, an outstanding point guard in her own right in Fulton, Mississippi.
Hang tight.
All-state.
Thanks for being here. Yeah. Good luck.
And before anyone rolls their eyes, this isn't just another off-season rumor. Caitlin's golf game is legit. She's already been publicly connected to the sport, playing in Pro-Am events, teeing off alongside LPGA stars like Nelly Korda, and even earning another tournament invite this fall. In other words, this isn't a random headline. It's a very real possibility that's starting to make the WNBA sweat.
Caitlin Clark brought her golf game to the LPGA Tour today, playing in a Pro-Am that attracted a bigger crowd than the Tour often gets. Clark played at the back nine at Pelican Golf Club with...
Every time Caitlin Clark steps onto the fairway, the crowds grow larger, the media coverage expands, and golf executives can't stop smiling. Now compare that to the WNBA, plagued by officiating controversies, frustrated players, and a commissioner seemingly out of touch with reality. It's no surprise people are whispering that Caitlin might be eyeing a new stage. The truth is, Caitlin doesn't need the WNBA. The WNBA needs her. She's the reason arenas sold out, jerseys flew off shelves, and sponsors came calling. Yet under Cathy Engelbert's leadership, the league has treated her more like a PR issue than a gift. From day one, her treatment on the court sparked national debate. The hard fouls, the silence from officials, and the commissioner's dismissive, everything's fine attitude. Engelbert called it physical basketball, but fans saw it clearly, targeting and favoritism. So when Caitlin Clark appeared on the golf course smiling, relaxed, and genuinely enjoying herself, everyone noticed, and the contrast was striking. Golf treated her like royalty, while the WNBA treated her like a problem to manage. That's when the rumors began to spread. Insiders say panic has set in inside WNBA headquarters because Cathy Engelbert understands what losing Caitlin would mean. It wouldn't just look bad, it could end her career. Without Caitlin, WNBA ratings would sink faster than a missed putt on wet grass. The timing couldn't be worse either, with CBA negotiations already in chaos, owners frustrated, and players running out of patience. If Caitlin walks away now, it could ignite a public relations disaster bigger than any shot she's ever made.
Cathy Engelbert needs to resign. I am disheartened about how Nafisha characterized our conversation at league leadership. That's all you've got? You gotta go. That's a weak-ass response. I'm gonna say it one more time. That's a weak-ass response. You are the commissioner of the league. This young lady, Nafisha Collier, who's been runner-up for MVP twice, who's clearly a face and a star in the league, who's universally respected, called you out. She said, you're dismissive. She talked about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and how your comments were that they were lucky to be in the league. They should be grateful for the money that they're getting. They should be on their knees thanking the... What? What? And that's the response that you give? What kind of defense is that? Was she lying? Cathy Engelbert? Did you say that about Caitlin Clark or did you not? Did you say that about Angel Reese or did you not? Did you act that way towards Nafisha Collier or did you not? When you're somebody that really has power to flex, folks don't talk about you that way on platforms like that. They might say it privately. Hell, they might say it to your face privately. They don't say it publicly because that would be you know what. She didn't care. And I have not heard one single WNBA player come speak to the defense of Cathy Engelbert. She has to go. You can't be representing the players. They don't respect her, and they don't feel respected by her. We reached out and offered her an invitation to come and explain herself and explain if she really, really wanted to comment. And if so, why hasn't she commented more forcefully already? We heard she was not available because she's doing the NBA Finals. I'm sorry, I didn't know she was covering it. I didn't know she didn't have time to get on the phone for 10 minutes.
Cathy Engelbert is already facing backlash for her handling of nearly everything, from officiating chaos to player pay to strained media relations. Critics within the league call her tone-deaf, condescending, and out of touch. Now, rumors of Caitlin Clark's possible exit are spreading like wildfire across social media, and fans aren't buying the just a fun tournament excuse. They see how joyful Caitlin looks with a golf club in her hands, and how frustrated she looked taking hits without a whistle in the WNBA. The optics are brutal. You can almost imagine Engelbert scrolling through her phone, seeing Caitlin Clark LPGA trending, and silently panicking. Because this isn't just about a rumor. It's about what that rumor symbolizes.
Flying off the racks. Caitlin was signing a few autographs. I mean, she's a larger-than-life figure, and there she is, face to face.
If Caitlin even entertains another sport, it's a clear sign of how poorly the WNBA has treated its biggest star. The league meant to empower women has instead driven its top player to seek respect elsewhere, and that's what's fueling the panic. You might wonder, would Caitlin Clark really leave for golf? Probably not immediately, but the fact that it's believable says everything about how dysfunctional the WNBA has become. Think about it. When was the last time a male athlete was rumored to quit his league because of bad leadership? Exactly. This is the mess Cathy Engelbert created. Players are frustrated. Fans are angry. Sponsors are uneasy. And now, the one person keeping the league relevant is being courted by a sport that treats her with admiration. And who could blame her? The LPGA rolled out the red carpet, front row coverage, adoring fans, and zero drama. Golf embraced her like a superstar, while her own league acted like she was just another rookie. It's embarrassing. Caitlin Clark has done more for women's sports in 2 years than most executives have done in their careers, yet instead of protecting her, the WNBA let her be targeted on the court and mocked off it. Lose your star's respect, and you lose the league. That's Engelbert's nightmare right now. Sources say meetings inside the WNBA have turned tense, full of forced smiles and corporate buzzwords like strategic planning and player relations enhancement. Translation: full-blown panic mode. Because even if Caitlin never actually leaves, the idea that she might is damaging enough. It exposes everything broken about the league's leadership. For years, the WNBA begged for a mainstream superstar. They finally got one, and instead of building around her, they alienated her. It's like finding gold and throwing it back because you don't like the shine. Meanwhile, the LPGA is watching with a grin, seeing a marketable, beloved athlete with a massive fan base and a passion for golf. They see opportunity, and so do sponsors. Gainbridge, already connected to both Caitlin's WNBA team and LPGA events, would gladly back her if she made the jump. Why wouldn't they? Caitlin sells out arenas and racks up millions of views with every highlight. She could turn an ordinary golf tournament into a viral event overnight. And that's exactly what terrifies Cathy Engelbert. Because if Caitlin Clark can walk into another sport and instantly elevate it, maybe she was never the one who needed the WNBA after all. Once the rumor spread, fans, media, and players suddenly realized how much the league stood to lose if Caitlin even teed off one more time. Social media exploded. The hashtag Caitlin to LPGA trended within hours. Some joked, others half believed it, and many outright begged her not to leave. But the one person who wasn't laughing was Engelbert. To her, this wasn't just gossip. It was a direct threat to an already fragile reputation. She's been trying to convince everyone the league is thriving, but one golf swing from Caitlin Clark could shatter that illusion. Behind the scenes, sources say panic meetings began immediately. PR teams scrambled to control the narrative, with one executive reportedly saying, "We can't let this become a story." Too late, it already was. By the time sports networks picked it up, Engelbert's name was trending again, right next to Caitlin's. And let's be real, those two names in the same headline never mean good news for the commissioner. Every time it happens, it's because Cathy said something tone-deaf and Caitlin did something extraordinary. This time was no exception. Fans began comparing how the LPGA celebrates its stars versus how the WNBA treats theirs. And the contrast was brutal. The LPGA literally built an event around honoring Caitlin Clark's presence, while the WNBA struggled to even protect its brightest star. We know what it takes: mindset, standards, and accountability. Every possession is ours to control. Attack each one with discipline, detail, and energy. If you're tired, call for a sub. Someone will come in and lift us up. Trust each other, play for each other, and remember everything we do is for the teammate beside us. Let's go out there and play hard. And we're underway. Aaliyah taps it back to Caitlin, who pushes the ball ahead to Uru for an easy layup. 2-0 Dallas. Caitlin finds Lexi in the corner, kicks it back, then drains a deep three from the left wing. Nothing but net. Uru hits a smooth baseline jumper from 15 feet out. Caitlin drives left to right, slips a perfect pass to Kelsey for an easy finish at the rim. Paige bounces it inside. Caitlin scoops it in off the glass. Dallas spreads the floor. Caitlin rises, fires, and buries another from deep. On the other end, Becker responds with a long three from the left side. After 10 minutes, the Fever lead 28-27. Caitlin attacks, drops a bounce pass to Tosh for two. Outlet to Kelsey, who skips it to Sophie. Drives, scores, tic-tac-toe basketball. Clark fires a full-court pass for a touchdown Fever. Play. Around a screen, she hits AB at the foul line, who dishes to Ash for a reverse layup. The Fever lead grows to 10. Dallas responds with a few quick buckets, but Indiana's in control. Boston hits a mid-range jumper from the right elbow. Money. Fever up by 20, 55-35. Caitlin checks back in, catches, fires. Got it. A historic first half for Indiana, scoring 64 points, the most in franchise history. Up 22 on Dallas. The Fever stay hot. Kelsey feeds Caitlin on the right wing. She backs down her defender, steps back from the elbow. Bucket. Kelsey takes the handoff at the left arc, gives a quick shake, runs the pick and roll with AP, and buries a jumper from the foul line, 72-44. Caitlin fires a touchdown pass to Kelsey for another easy layup on the left side. Huge contributions all around, a perfect finish for Indiana. The Fever win their second straight, 102-83, in front of a sold-out crowd at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. When Caitlin shows up at an LPGA event, organizers treat her like royalty. When she steps onto a WNBA court, the refs act like they don't see the foul. The contrast is painful, and it's entirely the WNBA's fault. Instead of celebrating and building around their star, the league tried to control her, to balance the spotlight, so others wouldn't feel overshadowed. But you can't balance reality. Caitlin Clark is the reason people care, plain and simple. Now, the same commissioner who ignored fan concerns is watching those fans cheer for Caitlin somewhere else. That has to sting. This is what happens when leadership is so out of touch they don't realize how fragile their success is. You can't take credit for growth you didn't create, and you can't alienate the player who made you relevant and expect stability. Cathy Engelbert is learning that the hard way. Meanwhile, the LPGA knows exactly how to seize the moment. They've already begun teasing collaborations, brand deals, and celebrity appearances. Every time Caitlin's name is tied to golf, their numbers soar. They don't even need to do much, just let the WNBA keep stumbling. And while Engelbert likely drafts her next "We value our players" speech, the owners are probably drafting her replacement list. Because if this rumor keeps spreading, someone will have to take the fall, and it won't be Caitlin Clark. Even the NBA offices, sources say, are growing frustrated. Adam Silver is reportedly growing tired of seeing WNBA controversies trend every other week. He was supposed to be overseeing the league's growth, not watching it unravel in slow motion. And the name that keeps coming up in those meetings? Cathy Engelbert, the only person in pro sports who could turn a golden era into a crisis. Now she's in the worst position imaginable, trying to convince everyone the league is fine while her own players and staff quietly question her leadership. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark doesn't even have to say a word. One smile at a golf course, one Instagram post, and Cathy's scrambling into another strategic meeting. The power dynamic has completely flipped. The player holds all the cards, and the commissioner is on defense. It's poetic, really. For years, players were told to be grateful for the platform. Now, the platform is desperate to keep its stars from leaving. The truth is simple. The WNBA needed Caitlin Clark far more than Caitlin Clark ever needed the WNBA. And Cathy Engelbert is finally paying the price for forgetting that. So what happens next? If history is any guide, a showdown is coming. Owners will demand accountability, players will push for change, and fans will be watching to see if the league finally learns to protect its stars instead of driving them away. One more PR disaster could be the breaking point, because this time, Engelbert can't spin it as growing pains. Everyone knows what it really is: leadership failure. And if Caitlin Clark ever decides to swap her basketball shoes for golf cleats full-time, that failure will be remembered as the moment the WNBA lost its golden era for good. So what do you think? Would Caitlin Clark actually walk away for the LPGA? Or is this just a warning shot to a league that forgot who made it relevant? Drop your thoughts below. And if you love diving into the chaos behind sports power plays, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss what comes next.